Coming to you live from Scout Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank all of my loyal viewers for being with me here this morning. You're going to get a 2-for-1 deal today. We had two great games last night, one in the NBA, one in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm going to get right to the NBA game first. The Cavaliers beat the Pacers 98-95. What a game it was last night. LeBron James, being the LeBron of old, hitting a three-pointer at the buzzer to win the ball game last night. LeBron James had 44 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and he went a perfect 15 of 15 from the free throw line last night. Kyle Korver, for the second straight game, really contributed. 19 big points, and that was a big win for him. LeBron James got the win last night when he stole Victor Oladipo's layup when it got blocked. It was caught by LeBron, and LeBron hit the three-pointer at the buzzer to win the ball game over Thaddeus Young. That was sweet. The Indiana Pacers were crying foul because they said it was a goaltend. I've seen the replays. It was not a goaltend. You can say whatever you want. It was not a goaltend. Cavaliers won it 98-95. They are now up 3-2 with a chance to clinch into Game 6 on Friday night. And how sweet it would be to win it on the Pacers' home floor. Victor Oladipo, last night, he was 2 of 15 shooting for the game. And in the last 3 games, he's only been a combined 12 of 50. He's been shooting awful. No wonder the Cavs have been doing so well. And also last night in the ball game. In the third quarter, that's where the game should have been won. The Cavaliers went on to outscore the Pacers 32-17 in the third quarter. The Pacers only shot 5 of 16 in the third quarter for only 31%. I will give them credit. They hung with LeBron all night. They hung with the Cavs, and they did. And I was very impressed with that. But LeBron James, Mr. Clutch, what can you say? There's nothing more you can say. He did what he had to do. Kyle Korver, once again for the second straight game, contributed big time. Kevin Love, he really didn't do much last night, to be honest with you. So, with Game 6 on Friday in Indianapolis, do you think the Cavs have it all wrapped up? Let's hope they can. They played great. LeBron was Mr. Clutch last night. However, the Cavs have got to do better. They can play much better than they did. They were down by 7 at the end of the first half. But for the Cavs to do what they did, that was impressive. I don't care who you are. But Victor Oladipo, he's been shooting awful the last 3 games. That's why the Pacers have struggled. They lost 104-100 in Game 5. And they went on to lose. And then they lost in Game 4. Then they lost Game 5 last night on a LeBron James three-pointer at the buzzer. And if you ask me, Kyle Korver has become the new number 2 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's just all of a sudden started shining again. He shined in Game 5. That's why the Cavs won Game 5. I mean Game 4. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. And I apologize for that. That's what Kyle Korver really contributed in Game 4. That's why the Cavs won. And LeBron James and Kyle Korver were the reasons why the Cavs won Game 5. And they're in the driver's seat. The Cavs are now up 3-2. And they can put it away Friday night in Indianapolis. Now, I know they've struggled. They've struggled on the road in Indianapolis. I know they've had their struggles. However, we can put it away. We got now LeBron's doing his job. He's doing his thing. Kyle Korver has all of a sudden become the new number 2 for the Cavs. So, can the Cavs put it away? I say yes. And here's another reason. Victor Oladipo shooting. He's been awful the last couple of games. He struggled. He was only 5 of 16 last night, back in Game 4. But he was only 2 of 15 last night. So my feeling is, the Cavaliers, I feel good. I think the Cavaliers will put it away in Game 6 on Friday. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be great. It's going to be something if they can do it. Because I think if the Cavaliers win, I think they get a next round matchup with the Philadelphia 76ers. And we'll see what the Cavs can do against the Sixers. That's going to be interesting. LeBron James And all of a sudden, Kyle Korver stepped up. But the 76ers are not a team to be taken lightly, folks. The 76ers have Joel Embiid. They have Ben Simmons, the rookie, and they got J.J. Redick. Those three, the Philadelphia trio, can really do some damage. In the last game of the regular season against the Sixers, the Cavs lost 132-130 after being down by 30 all game. They almost came back and took it away. So is there's trouble. So, can the Cavs beat the Pacers in Game 6? I say yes. Bottom line is, they have the team to do it. And I feel really good about that. Now, Game 5 last night between the Pacers and the 76ers, that was something. What about Game 7 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs? That was something. The Bruins won that game 7-4. Jay Rebrusque, 2 goals in that game. David Krejci, he had 3 assists. Patrice Bergeron, 1 goal, 2 assists. This game, right out of the gate, was crazy. And here's why. At the end of the first period, the Boston Bruins had a 3-2 lead at the end of the first period. In the second period, Toronto took the lead back 4-3. But in the third, the Boston Bruins took the game away from the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-4. The Bruins had 4 unanswered goals in the third period. Now, Tuukka Rask, it was one of his better performances. He had 20 saves, but he allowed 4 goals. And Rask has struggled with the ball. He's struggled. Frederik Andersen, 29 saves, but he allowed 6 goals in that loss. And shots on goal for the game. Boston won that 36-24. Faceoffs won. Boston took that 38-29. Folks, I look at numbers. I look at everything. Bergeron did his part. David Krejci had 3 assists. And Jake Rebrusque, 2 goals. He did what he had to do. Bergeron had struggled. He had to struggle a lot in the Boston losses in the postseason. He did what he had to do. He contributed. But in the end, the Boston Bruins won it. And they get a second-round matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 1 of that series, I think, will be on Saturday night, if my memory serves me correctly. I don't know about that for sure, but I know the Bruins do play the Lightning. I'm not sure when Game 1 is. I think it's on Saturday night, but I will double-check. But anyway, what a series again between Boston and Toronto. Toronto down 3-1, came back to force a Game 7. They come up short. 5 years ago, remember back 5 years ago? The Maple Leafs had a 4-1 lead, and they gave up 4 unanswered goals and had the colossal collapse. This time, the colossal collapse came in the third period. There was no major league collapse. It was a collapse. I will give you that. But this time, the Bruins did not need overtime to win Game 7. And once again, that was a great victory for the Boston Bruins. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they have not won a series since 2004. And the Boston Bruins finally won a first playoff series since the first round in 2014. So my congratulations to the Boston Bruins. You're moving on to face the Tampa Bay Lightning. But best of luck to you. As for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I know the disappointments there. Coach Mike Babcock said after the game, it was a disappointment. We just got outplayed in the third period. That's all there was to it. And that's the truth. But I will say this about the city of Toronto. My prayers go out to the city after the terrorist attack they suffered about a week or so ago. My prayers go out to you in the city of Toronto. Be strong, Toronto. You still got the Blue Jays. Hang in there, and things will be better. And you got the Toronto Raptors. Don't forget about them. Hey, you still got the Raptors, so you still have a chance to get a championship out of the deal. Excuse me. But anyway, the Toronto Raptors are the best hope for the city of Toronto to get a championship this year. The Blue Jays, they're starting to play a little bit better in the AL East in Major League Baseball. But still, my heart goes out to the city of Toronto. My best to you in the city. And Toronto, stay strong. You will get through what happened in your faithful city just a week and a half ago. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in this morning. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. Just very simple. Just type my name down, look for my beautiful little face, and you'll see all the sports videos that I've done so far. You guys have a great day, and I want to thank you. And also, just a reminder, Saturday morning at 9 o'clock a.m. on Facebook, I'll be doing a Facebook Sports Talk Live breakfast show, and I will have an 11 o'clock wrap up on Saturday night, and I'll have the weekend wrap up Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will see you guys tomorrow with a new. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody, and thank you.